Okay, Shudder, you bamboozled me on this one. I kept seeing this one on the upcoming and expecting, based on the poster, that I was in for a throwback 70s film that I hadn't seen. And it got me. The film, Sweet Sweet Lonely Girl, and with a title like that, it still fit the 70s theme, was not actually made in the 70s. The poster in question was actually modeled after the poster from The Little Girl from Who Lived Down the Lane, Jodie Foster's first film, back in the 70s. So, while I got the 70s vibe right, and the movie is set in the 70s, this film is another 2016 film. And a short one at that. This one only clocks at like an hour 16 minutes. It was a very quick set. Okay, so this is about a girl, the sweet, sweet, lonely girl in question. Her name is Adele. And Adele is, her family situation ain't so great. So she's sent to go earn money to, then by looking after her rich, agoraphobic aunt. It's the second movie involving agoraphobia that I've done in the past month. But I will say Shrewsness was better. Anyway. So, Adele gets there and begins taking care of her aunt. Now, she doesn't really see her aunt. Her aunt doesn't leave her room. But she's cleaning up the place, putting trays of food outside her aunt's things, answering letters that are shoved under the door, and proceeding to try to just do her job. Well, she soon meets Beth, a local, I don't know if bad girl's the right term, but she's definitely in a bit more of a tougher crowd, and Adele and Beth hit it off, and they begin seeing each other quite regularly, causing Adele to begin shirking her duties, such as buying the wrong brands of food for her, switching out for cheaper ones, stealing some money, and then going away, then not coming home until late, not being around for a couple days, things like that. Now, this behavior, given her aunt's elegant tradition, and when she gets the wrong heart medicine, doesn't go so well. Now, this movie is basic getting involved with the wrong girl, and it starts off having an interesting little romance between Beth and Adele, which I admit I was digging. But then once the third act hits, when her aunt passes away, it shifts considerably and throws everything at you, including ghostly apparitions, stalking demonic figures, betrayal, and an ending that leaves you trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Now, to the point where I thought I got what had happened, but I had read a lot of people that didn't understand what happened at the end of this movie. I thought I got it, but I actually had to look it up to an explanation just to make sure I was right. I was, but the movie is very subtle about telegraphing what's actually happening. And it just gets very strange. The movie is a slow burn, awkward, could be drama romance almost, with an air of, you can tell a tragedy is going to help, but when the tragedy hits, it just unleashes everything. So, yeah, it's a race at the end, and some of the imagery, I will say, was legitimately creepy, and some of the implications were definitely frightening, especially in a then it's not, and then this has happened before, it's going to happen again kind of feel. So I was digging that. But with how ambiguous everything was, it just really took a little bit out to stop this one from being up into a good category. So this is definitely squarely in the average. The atmosphere is great, the acting is good, but the fact that it's so baffling does detract a little bit. If it had just been... I'm not an idiot. So, if I have to double check a few things for what you're when you seem to be trying to telegraph something, you might need to not be quite so subtle. And I will say I like that hints because you remember some of them, and there was a couple hints along the way, so that I was picking up on. But yeah, well, when this one goes all out, it definitely went there. That said, there's very little gore, and I can't say there's really too much in terms of effects. But when the ones that they do seem to have are effective. So I'm gonna give this one a 6 MacGuffin. I did enjoy it, but I don't know how often I'd rewatch Sweet Sweet Lonely Girl. But yeah, I overall I'd say it was solid. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got on this one. I got one more in my backlog, so let's get that one out. Okay, yeah, still here.